Democracy is a form of government that substitutes election by the incompetent, many for appointment by the corrupt few. There is only one religion, though there are 100 versions of it. What Englishman will give his mind to politics as long as he can afford to keep a motor car? Cruelty would be delicious if one could only find some sort of cruelty that didn't really hurt. The fact that a believer is happier than a skeptic is no more to the point than the fact that a drunken man is happier than a sober one. Virtue consists not in abstaining from vice, but in not desiring it. We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. The minority is sometimes right, the majority always wrong. What is the use of writing plays? What is the use of writing anything if there is not a will which financially molds chaos itself into a race of gods? Democracy substitutes election by the incompetent many for appointment by the corrupt few. Patriotism is your conviction that this country is superior to all others because you were born in it. I am Christian. That obligates me to be a communist. We are the only real aristocracy in the world, the aristocracy of money. There are no secrets better kept than the secrets everybody guesses. If all the economists were laid end to end, they'd never reach a conclusion. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. I have a strong feeling that I shall be glad when I am dead and done for, scraped at the last to make room for somebody better, cleverer, more perfect than myself. Old men are dangerous. It doesn't matter to them what is going to happen to the world. The faults of the burglar are the qualities of the financier. Power does not corrupt men. Fools, however, if they get into a position of power, corrupt power. A happy family is but an earlier heaven. No man who is occupied in doing a very difficult thing and doing it very well ever loses his self-respect. All great truths begin as blasphemies. There is no satisfaction in hanging a man who does not object to it. Baseball has the great advantage over cricket of being sooner ended. An election is a moral horror, as bad as a battle except for the blood, a mud bath for every soul concerned in it. 72. Blushing. Dancing is a perpendicular expression of a horizontal desire. Better never than late. The natural term of the affection of the human animal for its offspring is 6 years. Most people do not pray, they only beg. Kings are not born, they are made by artificial hallucination. A fool's brain digests philosophy into folly, science into superstition, and art into pedantry, hence university education. If a woman can, by careful selection of a father and nourishment of herself produce a citizen with efficient senses, sound organs, and a good digestion, she should clearly be secured and sufficient reward for that natural service to make her willing to undertake and repeat it. The first condition of progress is the removal of censorship. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire. You will what you imagine, and at last you will create what you will. Hegel was right when he said that we learn from history. That man can never learn anything from history. A man of great common sense and good taste, meaning thereby a man without originality or a moral courage. My reputation grows with every failure. Do not waste your time on social questions. What is the matter with the poor is poverty. What is the matter with the rich is uselessness. The heretic is always better dead, and mortal eyes cannot distinguish the saint from the heretic. Assassination is the extreme form of censorship. Take care to get what you like, or you will be forced to like what you get. When a man says money can do anything, that settles it. He hasn't got any. Socialism is the same as communism, only better English. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. Beauty is all very well at first sight, but whoever looks at it when it has been in the house 3 days? Perhaps the greatest social service that can be rendered by anybody to the country and to mankind is to bring up a family. Every person who has mastered a profession is a skeptic concerning it. The only way to avoid being miserable is not to have enough leisure to wonder whether you are happy or not. I often quote myself. It adds spice to my conversation. Science never solves a problem without creating 10 more. Beauty is a short-lived tyranny. A gentleman is one who puts more into the world than he takes out. The golden rule is that there are no golden rules. Hell is full of musical amateurs. Find enough clever things to say, and you're a prime minister. Write them down, and you're a Shakespeare. A veteran journalist has never had time to think twice before he writes. Liberty means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. What we want is to see the child in pursuit of knowledge, and not knowledge in pursuit of the child. If there was nothing wrong in the world, there wouldn't be anything for us to do. Property is organized robbery. Silence is the most perfect expression of scorn. Only on paper has humanity yet achieved glory, beauty, truth, knowledge, virtue, and abiding love. A man who has no office to go to, I don't care who he is a trial of which you can have no conception.